Michigan Stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Michigan Wolverines. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Miami's head coach told me before the game he is so pleased with the way this quarterback is playing. As you know, he was a transfer coming in and they didn't know what they were getting exactly. But he has become one of the leaders of this team. He has proven that he can carry them. If he keeps playing like this, the sky's the limit. I'll keep you posted on how he's settling in here early to start this game. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. And the Wolverines will kick off first, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Running inside, it's Fletcher. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to blow up now and start doing something.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Throwing, Mensah. Makes the catch. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got a man, it's Vaughn.
And for the majority of the offseason, we thought Mensah was going to be starting for Duke in the offseason saga that happened. Obviously, a lot went into it. But here's what you know about Miami quarterbacks in recent history. Cam Ward, the #1 pick. Carson Beck, a lot of experience coming in. Now Darren Mensah comes in. Miami finds the guy. They have to have that spot covered. And Palmer, they got a really good one.
They have been able to reload. For anybody that didn't know Darren Mensah and where he started, just look back to his film just 2 years ago at Tulane when he's absolutely lighting up for the American, wins an ACC championship at Duke, and now filling in for Carson Beck and a team that just went to a national championship. But this is a guy with tons of talent, and they think there will be no drop-off at the QB spot. They've got their eyes set on taking one step further this time to win it all. Well, they execute the in route, and how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Here's Mensah to throw. Bringing the heat. And down he goes.
Really nice play call there by the defensive coordinator as well. He was trying to do something aggressive to stop the momentum of the offense. They look pretty good on this drive. They're marching the football down the field, but on that critical third down, the D coordinator dials it up, the pass rush at the right time trusting his guys up front to get it done, and they're able to get the sack.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Lets it fly. Makes a deep grab. Touchdown, Hurricanes. First points of the day are on the board.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. From the back. They'll go to the ground. Turning it on. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
They'll send the back in motion. Red pass hits complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
The Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Sends it back in motion. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Oh, they're after him. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's third down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on third down.
Here's Underwood to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Here's a heat. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Underwood from the gun on third down. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And how about a third down? They try to attack the outer part of the field. A lot of times those out routes are the hardest passes to throw. Defense ready. Good third down defense, and they get the win on that one.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. The play-action fake. Under fire. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. Mensah. Here comes the heat. He makes a catch. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Canes build their program around playmakers like that.
They do, Reese. And speed on the outside makes everybody so much better. Finding those home run hitters, those playmakers, those are the guys when Miami's rolling, those are the guys they're finding.
We've reached the break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Send the tight end in motion. To the air on second down. It's complete to the right. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lofton. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone, and I love the vision right here by the quarterback, seeing the quarterback the whole way, breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job getting the deflection. Nice vision by that cornerback.
Got his man on the right. He makes the catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-go situation from the 8. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
The snap sets up to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Defense is about negative plays, creating negative plays and creating turnovers. What a great job, not only creating the interception, but doing something after it. You see the blocks after the interception, return it almost back to the house, and now you set your offense up with great field position.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Throwing, Underwood. Caught over the middle, it's Marsh. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Zings it complete to the right. There's some room. Offense has gained momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. And the Wolverines with the 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Up-tempo for the offense. Trying to impose their will with the run. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Wants to adjust the pattern. Underwood. Big guy smells it. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. Trying to punch it in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Michigan.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Wingo. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Motion from the wide receiver. The option look. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
They want to run this quarterback. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. So Miami signals for a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Touchdown, Michigan! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the catch. It's Fletcher. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Throwing, Mensah. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time. Rush coming in hot, and they've got him at the 29. The Canes will go ahead and call that 2nd timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. The Canes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Catch in the middle, it's Vaughn. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Here's Mensah to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Calls his own number. Stop! Nothing! Denied right in his tracks, and it's 4th down for this defense. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 4th and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. They'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin our coverage with Florida State taking on the number 13 team, the Louisville Cardinals. And it's the Seminoles coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And talk about a great start to the season. This team is now 6-0 with big aspirations.
Gets the back moving. Here's Underwood to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Marshall. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Right back to it. There's a crease. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
949 rock star. 949 rock star.
That's caught. It's Buchanan. Could not make his way to the corner.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Throwing, Underwood. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And the Wolverines will go for it here on 4th down.
Ready? Blue 85. Blue 85.
Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Here's the pressure. Finds a man in the middle. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Hey, I gotta be honest, I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field, catches the defense off guard.
Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Underwood. Under fire. Right on the money. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, at this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
Might be calling a hot route. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines! Riding up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Makes the grab on the left. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
It has not been a banner performance so far by this offense. Here in the second half, they need more plays like that. That's a good sign. But you got to be able to put those plays back to back now. Really nice job early in the drive coming up with a big one in your own end. But now you've got to be able to string some of those along now and score some more points.
Man, what a catch by the big tight end. They got those big old huge mitts, those big dudes. So nice job sticking it up in the air, and it just sticks to it, makes the nice spectacular grab.
Mensah. Moving out to the right. Slings it downfield. That's caught. It's Lofton. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all the way. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now this offense set up with a first-and-goal situation.
Trying to run, it's Fletcher. And he's in! Touchdown, Miami!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll move the wide receiver. Snags it quickly on the left. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. A senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. The Wolverines have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They'll go to the fullback. Fighting off the defender. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wide receiver going in motion. Got it behind the line. It's Buchanan. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Motion from the back. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Got his man on the outside. Across the 25, he's got room. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Michigan! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
Really nice job by the quarterback getting through his progression. He wanted to throw that football down the field, but nobody was open. He never forgot about his running back, running the swing route, spitting it out to the perimeter, and letting him do the rest for a touchdown.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Rush is on him. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. He's going for the big play. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Canes! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Here's Underwood to throw. And the timing just a hair off.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Looking to pass. It's Underwood. He's going to take a shot. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Throwing, Underwood. Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on third down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Takes it on the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. After that punt return, there is a man slow to get up. That is their sophomore starting wide receiver. Hope he's just shaken up momentarily. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on it. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They fought their way back. A scoring drive, the stop, and now a chance to pull even on this drive late. Unleashes one. That's caught. It's Wingo. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
I just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Finds his man. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
From the red zone, it's Fletcher. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. Throwing Mensah. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down. Doesn't convert this time.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now, it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On 4th down, going to the air. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. How about that tackle to stop him short on 4th down?
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll leave it with the lone back.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
Makes the catch. It's Marshall. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
You know, and that's disappointing for the head coach because you drill these 2-minute, 4-minute type situations late in games. You've got to have awareness and understand what you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to bleed the clock, and you can't do that if you're running out of bounds.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll go right back to him. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last two plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football, and if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. There he goes. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the Wolverines, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Gets it to the back. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Now on second down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. Bryce Underwood to the air again. Caught behind the line. It's Marshall. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Quarterback keeper. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down. So Miami signals for a timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. The official says no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Here's Mensah to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense, not closing the door completely, but stopping the momentum late in the game when you already got a lead. Nice job, D.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Marshall. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The Canes will go ahead and call that 2nd timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Pushes ahead. Touchdown Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Mensah. He'll try to do it himself. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out.
Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. They just weren't able to come down with that one.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. It's Vaughn. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
And the Hurricanes getting set on 1st and 10. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. It's complete to the left. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
And the Canes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to keep it in the air. Bringing the heat. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Throwing, Mensah. He'll take a shot. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Man, the offense, they can taste it. They're on the road in a hostile environment in a 2-minute situation. They're trying.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Has to get there to move the sticks. And he's tackled at line of scrimmage, and the defense holds. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory, as we have victory formation coming. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee.